What if I told you that most runners over 50 are doing the exact type of training that's slowing them down? They run too hard on the wrong days and they feel sore, tired and stuck, and they think it's just age that's actually slowing them down. But it's not age, it's the system they're following. And today we're going to show you how to fix that. I'm Shona, and for nearly 2 decades I've helped runners over the age of 45 train smarter with better results, fewer injury and more joy in the process. Today, Devlin and I will be showing you one of the most powerful tools to run faster without training harder: heart rate training. This isn't an old school method that you've heard about. This is a method tailored for runners over 45. A method that helps you train efficiently, reduce injury risk, and helps you recover between sessions. And to prove it, Devlin's going to demonstrate this in real time with this visual above his head. See that? That's a strong connection. That means his heart, muscles and nervous system are communicating efficiently.
It feels really easy, but I know that's where the gains actually really happen.
Yeah, excellent. Now let's shake things up a little bit. Dev, I want you to go at about an 8 or a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
As Dev overreaches, his signal weakens. This is what happens in your body too. Your heart rate spikes, your cortisol levels increase, your nervous system takes strain, and there's an increased eccentric muscle contraction, which essentially causes more breakdown.
I don't think I can keep this pace for much longer. And I know at this pace, I'm definitely not going to be well recovered by tomorrow.
Exactly. This type of effort has a time and a place, but most runners spend too much time at this intensity and never give their bodies time to adapt by resting. And that's where zone 2 training comes in. This is your aerobic development zone. Think of it as a steady, low intensity type of effort, around 60 to 70% of heart rate max or 75 to 80% of threshold pace. You should also be able to carry on a conversation without losing breath. Here's what will happen physiologically. It will allow your body to utilize fat sources more efficiently. It will increase your mitochondrial density. The mitochondria are the engines of your cell. It'll help balance your stress hormone levels, so allow them not to spike too high, and essentially provide the endurance you need to race well.
I used to run all my runs just on feel. But once I started using heart rate, I actually realized I was running all my runs way too fast, way too often. I mean, no wonder why I wasn't progressing.
This is the shift that allows runners over the age of 45 to really break through by not pushing too hard, but actually allowing themselves and their bodies to recover and adapt. Let's break it down how we actually do this. Step 1, finding the correct heart rate. So a lot of methods out there. There's a maximal heart rate, a threshold heart rate, maximal heart rates of 220 minus age. We find just aren't as accurate for the runner over the age of 45. So the second step we like to utilize is more of a threshold type heart rate. How we work that out is you will then do a time trial, either a 5K or an 8K time trial, but essentially we're looking for a hard, sustained effort for 30 to 40 minutes during that time. You will then take your average heart rate during that time trial, and zone 2 is worked out between 75 to 80% of that average heart rate. Step number 2 is this, and this is vital, is that the data that we're utilizing in our zone 2 is only as good as the data we're putting in. And as a result, it is vital that you are utilizing a chest strap to make sure that the heart rate readings we're getting from that time trial are accurate enough to then be utilizing in your zone 2 training. A lot of people will argue that the data they're getting from their heart rate wrist-based watch is accurate enough. We see, and the literature shows, that there can be up to a 10 to 15 beat difference or variance in the wrist-based heart rate. And as a result, while you're doing that in your training, we do not want to have that as big a difference. And then step 3, you want to be doing this type of training 80% of the time. So 80% in your week, you will be doing this easy zone 2 type training. For the most part, we would recommend 4 or 5 and maybe 5 runs, but mostly 4 runs a week. And 80% of those 4 runs is done at this light intensity or zone 2 type heart rate training.
If you're feeling like this is a bit of a stretched effort, or you're gasping for air, you can't complete sentences while you're running, that is not zone 2 training. Ultimately, you're actually just racking up fatigue.
And if you're watching this thinking you really want to get an idea of the full picture, we've got something for you. We've created a free masterclass specifically for runners over the age of 50, where we show you how to personalize your training zones, how to avoid the gray zone where progress stalls, and how to structure your week, even running on lower mileage. So be sure to scan the QR code on screen now or the link in the description below. Most runners over 50 don't stop running because of motivation. They stop because they are sore, exhausted, or injured. Zone 2 fixes that because it reduces the demand on the body and allows for better recovery and allows you to feel fresh for the next session.
Yeah, my easy runs are much slower than they used to be, but I'm feeling fresher. That's the biggest thing. I'm feeling a lot fresher, a lot more recovered before every run. And to be honest, my relative pace in my easy runs has actually improved way more in the last 3 months than they have in the last 2 years.
And really, that's the magic of a strong connection, and that's why we love this Wi-Fi analogy. When your body system is online, energy flows, adaptation happens, and everything feels easy. But when you're running with a weak signal, you're just hoping that everything doesn't crash. So if you've been stuck, your body's not bouncing back like it used to, you're running more and more, but you're getting slower and slower, heart rate training is going to be your reset button. And if you found this helpful, the next video you want to watch is this one. In it, we will reveal the most important things runners over 45 aren't told, and one of which is a blatant lie. And that's when things really start to click.